This week, we'll be talking about Epic and LEGO teaming up for Metaverse, the Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary announcement, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, and more on Press X to Start podcast. What's up, everyone? I am your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka Nailing It on the First Shot. I am joined by... Who else is here?
On MF for us.
What the MF stand for?
The mother, formerly known as.
Oh, I like the break in there. That could have gone a different direction completely. Who else is here?
Jordan, aka JXBot, aka Boss Naz. anyone get that? Phantom Menace?
I mean, maybe. I know what that typically means.
I'm a Boss Naz fan.
I'm more of a Dexter Jexter fan.
Ooh. Last up, who was that?
Deep cuts.
This is Avery, who's technically only half here because we decided to record this during VCT, so I'll try my best.
Uh-oh.
AKA Thickums. No, all right, I'm sorry.
All right, that's us. Press X Star Podcast is a weekly show where we talk about the latest gaming news, review the biggest games, and give you our thoughts on the games we are playing. Our goal is to expand the video game media landscape through an underserved point of view. With that being said, and before we jump into our quick hits, we are going to just give you a little rundown about what happened to us as a show, us as a property, and us as in myself and Sean. Sean, what happened yesterday?
We got bamboozled. We got led astray.
Gosh.
We were hoodwinked.
Okay.
No, we were honored by DC WebFest with a silver award as well as a local hero award.
Heck yeah.
I'm not sure who we saved, but
hey.
You're welcome.
We saved
citizen.
a lot of people. A lot of peoples.
Beautiful work.
People's plural.
They and them are their pronouns.
There you go. I like that.
Right.
I like that. Yeah. So as Sean said, I think we made an announcement a few podcasts ago that we were nominated for the DC WebFest X, which is their 10th anniversary. And as Sean said as well, we won the Silver Award and the Local Hero Award. And it's so awesome. And we are so grateful to just be recognized in any kind of way. We were joking around about how we were trying to go for gold and we didn't get it, but silver, second, I say second place is actually better than first place because everyone looks at the person in first place, but the second place person, they get to do whatever they want. We get to do whatever we want.
Hey, I see what we got to do to get gold DC WebFest. Don't worry, that swimsuit calendar is coming out soon.
The world can only be so blessed.
I'm already talking to Mark about it anyway, so we're good. We're good on the photographer.
Oh, we do have a photographer. Yes, Mark is a good photographer.
Hey, whatever it takes to get gold, okay? We want everyone to look at us.
Whatever it takes.
But yeah, again, we want to just formally thank DC WebFest and, the people who put that together. And, it's thank you so much. Yeah. All right. With that being said, now let us jump into the games we have been playing. All right. Jordan, you can go ahead and just jump off and start telling us about LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga.
Yes, I do. I did purchase LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Woo! And yeah, I'm a huge fan of LEGO. Huge fan of Star Wars. I played the original LEGO Star Wars games back on like the original Xbox, PS2, when they came later in those console generation, going into the 360 and stuff like that. And yeah, this is just a culmination of all that together, though abbreviation of a few portions. Like, you're not getting the entire sequence of the Phantom Menace as comprehensive it is in the Lego Star Wars Phantom Menace game, like the solid game. Like
Okay.
it's like you're getting the quick hits,
Yeah.
to which every level
We should get
seems
paid.
like, huh?
I said we should get
Shots
paid.
that
They're
we
using
should
quick
get
hits.
Yeah, quick hit. Like each level that you get into you can go back later with other characters to access different portions. Like this game is a collectathon.
Oh.
You're trying to collect the various minifigures, no matter how obscure they are. That's why I did Boss Nass at the beginning of it. Do you know what Boss Nass is? You shouldn't, but he's able to be played and can be used.
He's the king of the Gungan. He was played by, I want to say, Brian Blessed. He's that giant frog guy from the mid to late section of Phantom Menace.
Avery said, "Do you
Yes.
want the long form or the short form?"
It's spot on because that's a part of the allure of the game itself, to which you do have those characters that are like they have like that one moment, or like some of them were introduced in Legends. Well, actually, no, none of them. I don't think there's any Legends up in there if they weren't carried over into the canon. But you can get characters that like super Star Wars fans would know and appreciate. So, did you want to say something?
No,
Okay.
I was going to look up this character, and I realized that I heard every word that Avery said, but I just couldn't figure out, like, all right, how do I look up this character? But I found it.
But I mean, in terms of how I'm playing it, I'm playing it, like directly. Like I'm going to each level, and I'm just getting to the next scene, and doing little combat sections, a little space flight.
Did you start with the
sections and stuff
prequel
like that.
and work your way through that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you start from 1 and at 9. That's how you do
Yeah.
it. No matter how painful Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones are, you struggle through that shit like a good Star Wars boy or gal should. And and then I'll double back to collect the Kyber. Like they used to be gold bricks, but are Kyber bricks or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I did have the opportunity to play co-op, and co-op is only locally now. You cannot play co-op online. There's a feature on Steam that allows you to have the dual shared thing or whatever that allows you to act like as if someone was in your presence playing a game with them. That's a feature within Steam. But for the PS5 or Xbox Series X versions, and I don't know if this game is on the Switch or not, but it does not allow for online co-op, which is a bit of a downer. But I was able to play, locally with someone.
PS5,
And that is
that with share play. You can hand them a virtual controller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Steam,
Lego
right?
Star Wars and Skywalker Saga is on Switch as well. Yeah.
Oh, so it's like you can play it locally. Either the main console, you can play it locally with someone else. And that is what I would say the sandbox feel starts to come out, because there's various tricks you can do with another person that you can't do individually in the game. You can take control of certain characters if you're like a Jedi or a Sith. You can mind control certain characters, and just have different types of shenanigans. One thing that I did find overwhelming with this type of game is the amount of side quests they have within each area, and also. One thing that they improved upon was a type of class system. So you have bounty hunters, scoundrels, heroes, Jedi, Sith, droids. They have a more clear hierarchy to what characters can be used for when and where, which makes it easier for you it makes it more accessible, basically.
Yeah.
The game looks good. They did improve the fighting mechanics. That's one thing they stated that was going to occur. I do feel it. You're able to. It's not full blown platinum fucking Devil May Cry Bayonetta shit. No, it's a Star Wars game, but you are able to chain attacks and you kind of have fun with it. I haven't got to a boss fight yet, but they're saying the boss fights can be a little sweaty, but not fucking Elden Ring sweaty. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. The bosses are more involved now, so you can't just cheese your way through it. They have phases and shit, so it feels like a lot of work went into this. It was unfortunate that there is I think it was confirmed that there was crunch that went to this, fairly stressful work environment. I'm sad that happened, but I will say that the product that I have, the final product, though Crunch should not have been a part of. In this situation, the final product was good. Like this was a fun game, and I'm like halfway through Phantom Menace right now, so yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a good little synopsis of your.
And the VO was good too. The VO, the voice acting, they did a new round of voice acting for this game specifically, and it's good so far. Because back then, Lego games, they'd be like, they'd be like grunts and stuff like that. But and then they employed voice acting later Lego games. But they have the voice acting in this Lego game is good. It feels like the movies.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I was gonna get it. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit and probably get it a little later on in the year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let us jump into Sean. What you been playing?
Well, since you mentioned it earlier, I did play a little bit of Fortnite. I've been playing solo, the no build mode. I've just been wrecking face just a little bit because I don't think people are used to. Since they removed the building, they're not used to people just running up in their face and just rushing. Only won like a few games, whatever. Didn't play too much of it. I downloaded the free game this month. Hood, Outlaws and Legends, that Robin Hood game, multiplayer game. Yeah. I played the tutorial and then I deleted it. That shit is trash. Even if it was free to play, I would want my money back. I mean,
is that game multiplayer though? Is that game like
it's a multiplayer game.
Basically, you have I think 4 or 5 different people that you can play as. And they all have different attributes. I think Little John is, person.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about here.
Robin, they had a lady character. I don't remember her name. Like the game is unforgettable, man. Apparently, it was running for 3 or 4 seasons.
Was their name also Robin? Because
it could be, sure. Yeah. It was just not exciting to play. Because the gameplay loop. I didn't play it enough, but I could tell if you're just stealing stealing the gold from the sheriff, and then cranking it like you stealth your way into a castle, and they have you use all of your different characters, and some people can be invisible right in front of a person until they attack. Robin has the arrows, of course. You sneak in, you got to steal the key off of the sheriff or whoever, open up the vault, get the chest full of gold, and then walk it to this crank, this crane that you have to crank the gold out of the area, and you just pretty much just hold X.
You have to actually crank.
Okay. That would have been more interesting. You literally just hold X, and I think it does it automatically, but it just takes a long ass time. It's kind of like
like
I want to say like Division when you have to get the loot out of there, but it's like okay. So everywhere just has a crank convenient there for you to steal the gold, and as you're cranking it, you have to defend it, and then 2 people can crank it to make it go faster. I'm just like this. This shit is whack. All right.
Okay.
And they're selling micro. I don't know. I don't know how that community sustains. Whatever. And then I played the other free game, Slay the Spire, which for some reason I cannot put down. I don't know. It's a roguelike game where it's turn-based and you pick cards to attack the different monsters and what have you. And I don't know why, but this is more interesting than Hood was to me, and I've been playing it ever since.
Well, I think one of the core differences is Hood is a game that frankly didn't review well. And Slay the Spire is a game that I think I remember 2 to 3 years ago, like my one of my coworkers just playing it at work and being like, "This game is fucking the truth," and I'm like, "That's a game that people talk about as a really good game."
It has an 89 on Metacritic.
Yeah, you have. At least from what I see so far, about 4 different characters. They get different attack cards, kinda. But the loop is you just have branching paths that you choose, and you can see the path before you choose it. You either have a monster, like a merchant, bonfire to rest at until you get to like the main boss of that area, and you unlock more attack cards, different attacks and what have you, and defense and magic and all that stuff each run. And it just has my attention for now. I don't know why.
Okay.
Nice.
So in terms of in terms of the addictive quality of the game for you, is it that you enjoy the gameplay? Is it the not the repetitive, but like the never ending of it that it's really getting you? Like, where you at?
I don't know how to explain this. It may be the cards. It's not even like flashy attacks. It's literally like Pokemon, Game Boy style attacks where the character just kind of shuffles 2 inches forward really fast and clink clink. It may be the strategy of it. It's kind of like it's a turn-based roguelike game. It's a strategy. There are times when you feel like you're gonna die, but then you can apply like vulnerability to the enemy and they'll take 50% more damage, or you'll have different stances where you'll do double damage but also take more damage, and vice versa, stuff like that. I don't know. Check it out.
Cool.
But don't even bother downloading Hood. And SpongeBob was also free. I may check that out.
Okay. So you should press X on Hood, Outlaws, and Legends if you're planning on deleting the game.
I don't even normally delete something that quickly. I was just like, get this shit.
Avery, what you been playing?
First things first. Currently, we're on map 2 of VCT Crew versus TL. Surprisingly, TL is beating. Surprisingly, Crew is beating TL on Ascent. Vamos Crew. I was not expecting this outcome after them getting stomped on Fracture, but we'll see how this goes. But I mean, I've been playing the exact same game I've been playing for the last fucking 2 months, Elden Ring.
So minus the commentary, where are you at with Elden Ring?
Apparently 50%.
Hey, congratulations! How'd you progress? Like,
there is so in the Atlas Plateau is separated into 3 sections. There's the main Atlas Plateau where there's an Erd tree in the center of it. You can't miss it. Then to the left, there's an entire, fire mountain level that's buoyed by the Volcano Manor. And to the west, there is a place called the Lindell Capital. Both of them have bosses. Only one of them is mandatory for the story to complete. And so, unfortunately, both those missions are intertwined in a way that's actually kind of confusing. Because there's parts of the Volcano Mountain thing that you can't do until you do Lindell Capital. But if you go too far in Lindell Capital, you'll cancel out everything in the Volcano Manor. Long story short, I had to fight 2 bosses. One of them is actually just spoiler, Margit from the first real boss of the game, but his real form, which is just, I'm not gonna lie, I literally sleepwalked through that fight. And then
I thought that was his brother or his twin.
No, it's Margit. The lore of Elden Ring is that I'm not gonna explain it because it requires me fucking write a fucking essay to explain why there's Margit and Margot. And why and how they're the same person. And
just
then
like how Malachi and the last person
Michaela,
are the same people. Yeah, and they're the same person.
Who?
I don't know. Whatever. Never mind.
Oh, you mean Marika and Radica?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. What? Yeah. The lore is confusing on whether they're the exact same person, but I have my theories. But long story short, Volcano Manor has one of the dumbest boss fights in the entire game. Like, if Radon was one of the coolest, this one sucks. It's like a giant snake monster that can hit you from halfway across the map, and he creates a ball of fire around him. So you can't even walk up. If you're a melee class, you can't even get close to him. Literally, the only way to beat him is with a really, really dumb, there's a random spear in the middle of the map, to the side of the map you can pick up that can hit this boss from the distance. But I'm like, that's really cringe. I don't want to use a spear. I have a fucking plus 24 fucking katana. Let me use katana. Yeah.
I actually saw a video. I actually saw a video of that boss fight, and I was just like, and I forget who was playing, but like they had magic, so they were fighting at range. I was like, there is no way that this is going to be feasible with just melee. Like, this is so like
it's possible. Like the first time I fought him, I beat the first form with just my katana at close range. But then there was a second form. I didn't have enough flash to sustain myself through the second form. So I just said, fuck it, I'll do the, I beat it my second time by just playing the spear. Like, the reason I didn't want to use the spear was I have a plus 24 katana. Like, I can, with bleed, like, I can, like, cut through him like a hot knife through butter. But, like, this is a random spear that's stronger with strength, and I only have a 16 to strength when I have a 70-something to fucking dex. So I'm like, why would I use the spear?
Yeah. Okay. Is that it? Is that you got more to say?
I am if I don't troll, I should have the game beaten by next week.
Okay.
That's how much of the game I think I have left, and that's me not doing all the side stuff as well.
Yeah. Okay. As for me, I've really been kind of, I mean, you know, Gundam is a constant. Anytime I don't talk about Gundam, it's because I play it and it's just a constant in my life. But I put down Genshin Impact for a while to have time for Elden Ring, and I've been kind of bouncing back and forth between Genshin and Elden. And I think it's actually a very interesting kind of like comparison of open world styles. Is just because Elden Ring, there's points of Elden Ring that's like super beautiful, and then there are points of Elden Ring that I'm just like, this looks like a PlayStation 2 game. Like, what is happening right now?
I mean, they said that initially that they weren't going for high graphical fidelity.
But it's weird though, because like, for example, the boss fight that Avery was just talking about, like that boss looks crazy. Like it looks
far in motion. I guarantee you, if they had a photo mode,
it's like super close. But yeah. So like me going back and forth between Genshin and Elden has been like a treat in itself. But in terms of Elden, where I'm at, like I've gotten to the build that I kind of want, where I have a plus. I'm not at like a plus 24 with my katana. I think it's like plus 10 or something, my katana. And then I have the magic sword at plus like 8 or 10. I think it's also at 10. I don't know. Anyways, I have my katana, I have my magic sword, and then in my shield, I have the jellyfish shield that like increases your attack to like plus like 9% or something. And then I've also thrown some more points into magic where I can create the phalanx of magic swords that float, and they attack whatever that's closest to you or whatever.
Oh, what it is, Virgil Spectral Swords from the Devil May Cry series.
That. But yeah, so like I'm at the point where like I got my build. I'm probably going to respec my character to kind of tweak the points that I have. I'm at 120 now level wise, but I threw points in strength because I don't know why I was throwing points in strength. I thought like I needed it for something, but
you were trying to build that. You were trying to make that build for that stupid sword at the beginning of the game.
No, well, the sword only needs 12 strength. My strength is like 24 or something.
Oh,
and I'm like, exactly. I have no idea why I was putting points in strength. Like it boggles my mind that I'm here. I'm just like, I have these points that I could use for other stuff, and it's in strength. And why it's in strength? Anyways. So I got like 4 of the larval tiers. So I'm gonna respect my character at some point and like really figure myself out. But I think I've officially hit the wall of I think I might officially put Elden Ring down for a bit. But my problem is that if I put Elden Ring down now, I am so far into the game. Yeah, I'm going to screw myself when I come back to it, because I'm going to be like, I don't know how to do this. Anytime I fight a person, they're freaking throwing me across the stage and killing me at the same time. Like, I don't know what's happening. So I got to figure out, like, I can either try and mainline it, like just throw points into decks and just drop the magic and just, get through the game. Or I can try to, pace through this thing and just...
I need to get back into it at some point.
Yeah.
Also, I think I found that place that Sean was going for farming. I think I found it on accident.
Yeah. Is it underground?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's like a bunch of the sleeping.
Yeah. Albinix.
Yeah. 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 Like I go there every now and then to get like a point or two. And it's, yeah. So overall, like I'm still, plodding through the game. I got to the Lindell Capital. I haven't gotten into the city area or whatever, but I'm still like outside of it, kind of going around and stuff. I think one of the site of grace is pointing me to go into the direction to actually get into the capital, but I haven't done that yet. Yeah, I mean, I'm also riding up with. I think I need to go fight a boss because I think for me the open world by itself is I'm at the point where I'm not surprised by anything anymore. So I think the only like surprises I'm going to get is fighting bosses. Because like I've been doing the catacombs and stuff, but it's just like, all right, this is kind of the same stuff.
And that's the problem with fighting bosses. The only bosses where you're truly going to get unique, like interesting experience at that point in the game is fighting these story bosses. Because everything else is going to be a reskin of an enemy you've seen early before, or even better, two of an enemy you've already seen early before. So I hope you have fun doing that.
I am so excited to completely skip that. And the last thing before we wrap this up is that I have gotten this far into the game and I just realized that I should go check these Greater Ruin things out that I got from Godfrey and Radon. Yeah, so like I wasn't using any of that stuff for my entire time playing this game.
I mean, I haven't used it either.
You don't really need to, because it's like it's a risk reward situation, because to getting them is easy in so much as you beat the boss, you get the rune, then you light it, and for the most part, outside of I think the fucking Radon one is kind of dumb because you have to jump up a fucking like platforming puzzle to activate it, but for the most part, the only way to get the passive effect is to use a rune arc, which you'll instantly lose if you die. And so if you're going up against a tough foe, it's like, do you risk the reward of burning through rune arcs, which I'm not even sure. Like in Dark Souls, you could farm humanities. I'm not sure if you can farm rune arcs in this game, so I think there's maybe a finite amount.
Yeah. See, yeah, and that's what kind of confused me too, because I was just like, all right, well, I have to journey through to actually activate this thing that I got from the boss, but then to actually activate it, I have to spend an item. And I'm just like, what? What's the point? Like, just either give it to me or don't give it to me. Like, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, that's my time with this game and where I'm at mentally. All right. I think we did it. I think we nailed this episode to the wall, and we can consider it a wrap. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as you enjoy making it. Don't forget to rate and review us on your favorite podcasting app. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your favorite YouTube channel. That's not IGN's channel. That's our channel. So make sure you do that. Yeah, if you missed any of this, you can find all details and more on the award-winning podcast website at pressx2start.com. Until next time, where we'll be talking about, of course, games, the latest news, and we'll probably be reviewing Elden Ring. I guess Avery will be reviewing Elden Ring, and we'll just, sit there and ask him questions about it. It's us. It's Press X to Start podcast. You be
99 hours into this game at this point.
Wow. Come on, spend another hour, you coward. Do it.
I'm going to.
Okay. Easy. All right. You be safe. You take care. You wash your hands. And remember, you be good. And if you can't be good, don't ruin another person's day.